So this is Deep Forest Raceway, and the car will be the Mini MARCOS GT of the 70s. This is like a small coupe version of the Mini, as we all know it and love it. Many people don't know it, and here you see the competition. All are European cars, and yeah, just giving you the laydown. I really like this car. So like a Mini, it has front engine, front drive layout. It's not that powerful. It's quite light. It doesn't have rear-wheel drive, of course. It's also very small, as you can see, like a Mini is, but a little bit more aerodynamic. The engine is the biggest drawback because, like a Mini, it is very limited, so you have to go full on all the time to get real progress. So it's a 1.3 liter engine. Braking is of course sometimes needed, but most of the time you can do with very little of it. The braking bias is at the front wheels, so to further upset the chassis when you're braking, you can also release the gas. I fitted the limited slip differential, which helps giving more grip to the tire that has the upper hand. Of course, you can see now that the engine is lacking as compared to the competition, which is increasing the distance between us. I really love this car. I would love to have a modern equivalent of this type of car. So the blue line indicates preferred racing line according to the game. The game is Gran Turismo 5. So now I'm already in the limiter. Braking is anticipated when it's depicted red. But you can choose for yourself if you want to oblige or not. Hitting the curb on the other side. You see, even when you're not hitting the brakes, you're just releasing a little bit of the power to the wheels, you can get the car to steer in a little bit tighter by lift of oversteer. This is technique called. So once you reduce the amount of gasoline going into the engine by your gas pedal, you will also reduce the power on the front wheels. That we're giving them a little bit more of a brake and helping them to turn more instead of turning and putting the power down. So you can feel this also with when the back is becoming a little bit lighter in your feeling. 205 GTI are renowned for that, but also the Citroën iX GTI that I had. So the trick with an underpowered car like this is to keep carrying as much speed as possible. Try to keep also in the slipstream of the car in front of you. And you can keep the engine boiling by hitting the gas pedal, of course, but also not braking if not necessary. But as you can see, this is a very hard battle because the car cannot compete in terms of horsepower, so it can only compete in terms of road holding ability in the bends. So you have to make up time in the bends. But once you release the gas pedal, of course you also reduce the speed that you carry. The car in front of me appears to be a Renault Clio 3 liter V6. This car in front of me is very compact, but has a V6 engine in it, and also only 2 chairs, so only the first row, no back seats. And instead of the normal Clio RS, this one has the power going to the rear wheel, so it has the engine in the middle. See how much speed I carried there to the bends. That helps me catching up here because I'm still on slipstream. I'm able to catch a little bit speed. And that is perhaps enough to secure the first place. But it will be rough because that other car, the Clio, is a lot more powerful. It's more than twice the engine capacity, and also because it is steering with the front tires the same as this car, but also has the power going to the rear wheels. You can have a more neutral way of attacking corners. The benefit, however, of this MARCOS is it's very lightweight, which should also help, even though the tires are a lot more narrow as compared to that Clio. The lightweight helps with braking, accelerating, and especially in the turns. As you saw in the straights, it's very hard to compete. Now that I'm up front, it is not that clear that there's such a speed difference, but I really have to push the car to its limits all the time, and also go very hard to the bends. Last time I was able to do that bend with approximately 160 kilometers an hour. This time I was not, which helps Clio to catch up and me to get a little bit less speed at the end of this straight. So as you can see, the Clio is gaining on me again, just to illustrate where the strengths of both cars are. As you can see, I'm hitting very little the brake pedal now, because I really want to keep as much speed as possible going on in this car. So nice balance. Other cars that are according to this very light way of thinking at the time were, of course, Alpine by Renault, and also the Lot Ceylon. But how cool is this car? So much cooler than your regular classic Mini. A car that is completely unrelated, but also drove at Le Mans like this car did, different class altogether, was the Cobra Shelby, the GT variety, which was also very aerodynamic. You saw him gaining. So I hope you liked this demonstration. Have a great day.